Hello guys, welcome back to Sim UK, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are continuing with our truck test or test truck drives. I don't know how to pronounce that really. But yeah, I found a DAF XF Space, 450 horsepower, 12 speed. It's 94-mile drive, 2 hours 45 minutes, hauling 19 tons of hot chemicals between Duisburg and Koblenz. Or Koblenz, or Koblenz, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, in beautiful Germany. Well, Germany's going to get a refab soon, but yeah. So let's go check out what this DAF is like. This is XF Space, 118,000. This is the most expensive of the available DAFs, so this will be an interesting one. Wow, I quite like the interior of this. You got the nice sort of mesh on the steering wheel. I like the... Initially, when I first drove a DAF, I didn't like the dash, but when you fire it up, it's actually pretty smart. And we get a Sat-Nav. Yeah, baby. The wing mirrors are nicely rounded. They're small, but not too small. Visibility is good. I think the visibility out of the windscreen width-wise is good, but height-wise is not as good as the Renault's. But internally, this is a much nicer looking truck inside. This looks like a premium saloon car to me. It looks very nice indeed. So yeah, already much happier. I really wish that, you see those sort of yellow markers, triangular markers, they're indicators of, I'm not sure what, fluid levels and temperature, engine temperature perhaps. But I really wish they were the indicators. I wish they'd light up when the indicators do. But anyway, can't have everything, can you? Externally, it's not that amazing, I'll be honest. It's quite square, quite dated in that sense. This is quite a cool feature though. Look at this. Watch the windscreen wipers. 3 of them. It's pretty unique, isn't it? Quite small though. They don't seem to go to the top of the windscreen, if you ask me. But there we go. Has it got 3 speeds? 1, 2, no, just 2 speeds like everything else. So yeah, externally it doesn't look that impressive. Maybe you can put a bit of extra bodywork on there, but that's going to cost more money, of course. This one rocks in at 118,000, so it's not as expensive as the premium high roof from Renault, but it is significantly, it's sort of bang in the middle actually, between the premium, between the Magnum Excellence and the premium high roof, both of which I thought were pretty decent trucks. But yeah, so externally not that impressive. Let's put the lights on though. Pretty nice headlights, pretty modern looking in that sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the look of that a lot more than I did any of the Renaults, to be fair, except for maybe the premium high roof, which was quite a sexy looking truck. The closer I get to this DAF, the more I like it actually. At distance it just looks really square and boring. But as you get right up close, it actually looks quite nice. Okay, alright. Let's see how she drives. Indicators off. Into gear. Oh yes, look. We've got an actual gear knob. Handbrake rather, which I like. I like the engine sounds, very subtle, unlike the I'll get that off. Not like that, not like that, not like that. There we go. Unlike the Renault, which is quite a horrible noise really. Truth be told. That is a nice That is a nice sounding indicator. It's a nice sounding engine. A far more refined premium experience, in my humble opinion. Flipping Nora. They like to make things tight, don't they? So, in terms of the Sat-Nav, pretty well placed. I can see it very clearly. The GPS mod, the nighttime GPS mod for ProMods is working very well. You can see very clearly, quite happy, quite pleased with that actually. This looks much nicer than any of the Renaults did. Sounds nicer than any of the Renaults did. It's not the cheapest truck. Oh, what the bloody hell did I hit? What did I hit then? There's nothing there. That's so random. That's twice that's happened to me. That is so weird. Okay, so one thing that the Renault does have that the DAF does not is a digital Speedo. So I think I'm speeding, but I don't know if I'm speeding. 50 kilometers per hour. It's not that easy to see what speed I'm doing in this truck. So 40, 60, so I want to be kind of in the middle of those two. Let's go up a gear. And that's the other thing actually, you know, where it is more refined is actually a little bit more difficult to hear what the engine's doing, especially whilst you're chatting rubbish, which I do a lot of. But I mean, I could get used to that. I could get over that, definitely. Definitely looks nicer. I think at night time you'd really get the full effect of this really nicely laid out dash. It's very, very smart, very professional. Be interested to see whether the 105 space is quite as nice looking. But yeah, the brakes don't seem quite as sharp as they were in the Renault. In the Renault, it was just stopping on a dime, which might sound like a positive, but I actually didn't enjoy it. It wasn't good for the drive experience. Come on, girl. Okay, so in terms of gear options, it doesn't seem to pull as well as the Renaults did, which is surprising. Bearing in mind, they've all been pulling different weights and different objects and so on. But yeah, I'd say that the engine doesn't sound like it's working or trying very hard in this one, but it does seem to reach very high revs very quickly, and because it's so subdued and refined, you can't really hear the truck groaning and moaning about the fact that it's ticking over with such high revs. That's something that you would definitely get used to, but yeah, it's nice. Yeah, had high beam on there, didn't I? I did. It's nice. It's a good truck. It's a really good truck. Really feels like a premium truck. Even though that this is at the very base end of trucks. Feels like a top end truck. Slightly out of our price range at the moment. We're about 10,000 shy of this one, but that's ordinarily in vanilla game style. That's one delivery to cover the cost of that. But whilst we're using yet another economy mod, I rather suspect that we're going to need a couple of runs before we'll have accumulated that extra cash. Mirrors are brilliant. I can see so well. Oh God. Nearly got tripped up there. Nearly got tripped up as to which way I was meant to be going. But yeah, I mean, this truck is just cruising along. This is very much cruising. We're not really driving at all. Very smooth, very quiet, very tidy. Say I'm more impressed with this truck than I ever was with any of the Renaults. I think I just stalled it. And again, very difficult to tell what gear you're in. 5 high, that would explain it. I kind of figured that's what I'd done, but yeah, it's not as easy to see what gear you're in this truck as it was in the Renault with the digital display. Not a huge difference, but there is a definite difference. Eddie Stobart cutting me up there, and then dropping back into the other lane. Again, fantastic scenery, absolutely gorgeous, sublime, impressive, awe-inspiring even. Am I coming off here? I think I am. And then it's over the bridge. And yeah, we're nearly there. So, ratings for this truck, well, pretty high, I've got to say. Christ. That was not good. I am seriously struggling here. Let's get into low gear. It's not the most powerful engine, and I did say this earlier. The Renault, all of the Renaults felt like they had more power to them. See, now I can... Crikey. Okay. So potentially... on one hand, the engine noise is very refined, very recluse. Or reclusive. No, that's not the right word. Very quiet, even though I'm like redlining it. Yes, Bond has been discovered. Even though I'm redlining the truck, it doesn't sound like I'm putting it under any stress or pressure at all. Whereas the Renault would definitely be letting me know that I'm driving badly. Wibbly wobbly bit of road. Strange set of traffic lights to boot. So yeah, it's refined, it looks modern. I love the dash. It's got a Sat-Nav in it, that's a bonus point. We're easily an 8 here. Really the only thing that seems to let this truck down is the looks externally, which, although not terrible, are, I mean, that's like half a point. I take half a point off of that. The engine sounds kind of almost, I think, another half a point off. But that's a rank of 9. Because it's nice that they're nice and quiet and it sounds really premium, executive style-y. But also it's difficult to hear what the engine is doing, so you don't have that. I mean, maybe that's something I could get used to. Maybe I can turn up the volume inside the truck itself. There are things I could do to get around that, but it is noticeable in comparison to the Renault how quiet it is, and as much as that is a benefit, it's also bit of a negative. Just ground that gear into place. As always, high scores for the environment. Look at this. Absolutely delightful. The dash is fantastic. I mean, this truck is going to score highly. It's expensive. It's out of our price range at the moment, but I wouldn't mind waiting and saving up for it. It's that nice. And possibly that's what I'd do. Very impressed with the DAF. Very impressed. Has that premium feel to it that the Renault just does not have at all. And at night time I know that this dash looks awesome. The brakes are nice, they're not too sharp, they're not too soft, they're just about right for me. do like this truck. I'm gonna have to give this an 8 or an 8.5. Hear how quiet the engine is. It's ridiculously quiet, isn't it? I have to keep looking at the RPM just to see what the hell the truck's doing. It's just so quiet. We have discovered a recruitment agency. That's rather nice. Look at this. I'd love to drive here in real life. Beautiful. Oh, and a Mercedes dealership. Brilliant mirrors. Really nice mirrors. Very impressed with the mirrors. So yeah, I think 8.5. 8.5 I think is a fair and reasonable score for this truck. It's been absolutely sensational to experience all these different trucks. But this, just over the Renaults, just feels so much more premium. Like the executive car compared to the car that they give you when the garage gives you when your truck is being repaired. That's how it feels. I love it. I really do like this. Cannot rate it highly enough. I just wish it looked a bit sexier on the outside. But I dare say, you know, there probably are some body alternatives, changes that you can add to just make it look that little bit better. 3 windscreen wipers. It's unique, it's cool, I like it. Definitely an 8.5 for me. Let's get this trailer going. $551. Easy money. Oh, look at this. That was weird. Why did that come up? I must have clicked on something. Cool. Okay, well that's another one down. And please join me for the next episode where we'll be taking out another one for a test drive. And hopefully you're enjoying this. I am. And so far, this is the one I'd buy. Out of the 3, this is the one that I would definitely buy. It's the nicest that I've driven so far, but there's plenty more. There's plenty more that we need to test out. So thank you for watching. Take care. Till next time. Goodbye for now.